Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of uncovering hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story and potential value of a modern masterpiece, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 2021. You may think that a coin this recent couldn't possibly be worth much, but you'd be surprised by how special some of these coins can be. From their striking design to rare characteristics, some of these quarters have already caught the attention of collectors and could be worth far more than their face value. Stick around, because at the end, we'll reveal just how high the value of this coin could soar. Hint, it's six figures. Let's start with the history and legacy of the Washington quarter. First introduced in 1932, this coin was designed to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Its obverse features a profile of Washington that has become one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. Over the decades, the reverse side of the quarter has seen several design changes, especially with the introduction of the State Quarters program in 1999 and later series like the America the Beautiful quarters. Fast forward to 2021, and the Washington quarter saw yet another evolution. This was the final year of the America the Beautiful series, with the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site quarter as its closing design. However, 2021 was also a transition year, setting the stage for the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter, which pays homage to one of the most iconic moments in American history. The reverse design showcases George Washington and his troops crossing the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War, a symbol of courage and determination that perfectly complements the long-standing legacy of the Washington quarter. Now, what makes the 2021 Washington quarter so special in the eyes of collectors? First, let's talk about its unique designs. Both the Tuskegee Airmen and Washington crossing the Delaware quarters are one-year issues, making them inherently more collectible. Coins with limited production runs often gain popularity among collectors because they represent a specific moment in time. These designs are not just coins, they're pieces of art that capture important stories from American history. The 2021 Washington quarter was minted at several facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, located on the obverse side of the coin near Washington's ponytail, plays a crucial role in determining a coin's rarity and value. Coins minted in San Francisco, for example, are often issued as proofs and are struck with exceptional detail and quality. If you happen to find a 2021 Washington quarter with the S mint mark in pristine condition, you're already holding something special. Denver minted coins with the D mint mark and Philadelphia coins without a mint mark are more common, but even these can become valuable under the right conditions. Speaking of conditions, let's dive into the importance of grading. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A 2021 Washington quarter in MS, 70 condition, meaning it's flawless under magnification, is a dream for collectors. Coins in such pristine condition are highly sought after and can fetch a significant premium over their face value, but condition isn't the only factor. Errors and varieties are another reason why the 2021 Washington quarter has piqued the interest of collectors. Minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing elements, are relatively rare and make a coin stand out. These errors turn an ordinary quarter into a unique treasure that can command impressive prices at auction. If you have a 2021 Washington quarter with any noticeable minting errors, you might just have a gold mine in your collection. Now, let's talk about scarcity and demand. While millions of these coins were minted, the combination of unique designs, one-year issues, and the potential for errors has created a buzz in the collecting community. Coins with historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and rarity tend to appreciate in value over time, especially if they are preserved in excellent condition. The 2021 Washington quarter checks all these boxes, making it a highly desirable coin for collectors. So, what's the actual value of a 2021 Washington quarter? For most circulated coins, their value will generally hover around face value unless they have unique characteristics. However, uncirculated coins, proof coins, and those with errors can fetch much higher prices. A typical uncirculated 2021 Washington quarter might sell for a few dollars, while a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint can be worth significantly more. But here's where it gets really exciting. Coins in mint state condition with rare errors or unique qualities can reach jaw-dropping values. Imagine holding a coin that most people use to buy a pack of gum, only to discover it's worth more than a luxury car. Yes, it's possible. In fact, if you have a 2021 Washington quarter in pristine condition, with a rare mint mark or an error that sets it apart from the rest, its value could skyrocket. In some extraordinary cases, these coins have been known to reach auction prices of $100,000. That's right, $100,000 for a single quarter. So, if you happen to come across a 2021 Washington quarter, take a closer look. Check the mint mark, examine its condition, and look for any unique features or errors. You never know, this little piece of American history could be the treasure you've been searching for. Today's video, we're uncovering the story behind one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. While this coin might seem like an ordinary piece of change to some, it carries an intriguing history, unique characteristics, and, for the lucky few, the potential to be worth an extraordinary amount of money. That's right, this humble quarter could fetch a fortune under the right circumstances. Stick with us to the end, because we'll reveal a jaw-dropping figure that will leave you searching through your loose change tonight. Let's start by setting the stage for 1965. It was a pivotal year in U.S. history, and not just for coins. The country was undergoing significant cultural and social changes, and the coinage system was no exception. This was the year that marked the end of an era. The United States officially transitioned away from using silver in its quarters, dimes, and half dollars. Before 1965, quarters were composed of 90% silver, but due to the rising cost of silver and a growing demand for coins, the U.S. Mint made the bold decision to switch to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift ensured that the coins would be more affordable to produce while maintaining their usability in everyday transactions. The 1965 Washington quarter was the first coin to feature this new composition. Instead of being made from silver, it was now composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. Visually, it looked very similar to its silver predecessors, but the change in metal content meant it was lighter and less valuable in terms of intrinsic material. This transition was monumental and set the stage for how quarters are produced to this day. But here's where things get interesting. Because the switch from silver to copper-nickel was so significant, there were bound to be hiccups along the way, and that's exactly what happened. Some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets leftover from 1964. These rare transitional errors are incredibly sought after by collectors because they represent a mistake during a major turning point in U.S. coinage history. If you're lucky enough to find one of these silver 1965 quarters, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than its face value. Another factor that makes the 1965 Washington quarter so intriguing is its historical context. This coin was produced in massive quantities to meet the growing demand for circulating coins during the 1960s. In fact, over 1.8 billion quarters were struck that year across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, because the mint temporarily halted the use of mint marks between 1965 and 1967 to discourage hoarding, all 1965 quarters appear without a mint mark. This detail can make it trickier to determine where a coin was minted, but it also adds to the intrigue and mystery surrounding this particular year. Now, let's talk about condition. Like all coins, the value of a 1965 Washington quarter depends heavily on its condition and grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A well-worn 1965 quarter pulled from circulation might only be worth its face value, but a coin in pristine mint state condition can command a premium. The key is finding a quarter that has been well preserved, with no significant scratches, wear, or damage. Collectors and grading services, like PCGS and NGC, place a high value on coins that retain their original luster and details, and let's not forget about errors. Aside from the famous silver transitional errors, there are other types of mistakes that can make a 1965 Washington quarter extremely valuable. Examples include double dies, off-center strikes, and coins with clipped planchets. These errors occur during the minting process and are relatively rare, making them highly collectible. If you happen to find a 1965 quarter with any of these characteristics, you could be sitting on a small fortune, but why do collectors go crazy for these coins? It all comes down to a combination of history, rarity, and demand. The 1965 Washington quarter represents a turning point in U.S. coinage, making it a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its connection to the silver era, combined with the potential for rare errors, has made it a must-have for collectors. Coins that tell a story, and have a touch of mystery, tend to captivate the imagination and fetch higher prices at auction. So, what's the potential value of a 1965 Washington quarter? For most circulated coins, the value will remain close to face value unless the coin is in exceptional condition or features a rare error. However, uncirculated coins and those with unique characteristics can sell for much higher amounts. Coins in mint state condition, graded MS-65 or higher, are particularly desirable. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those ultra-rare silver transitional error coins in flawless condition, the sky's the limit. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much could a 1965 Washington quarter be worth? While the majority of these coins are common and accessible, a rare and exceptional example could fetch an astounding $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000 for a single quarter. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1997 United States Washington quarter dollar. While most people see quarters as nothing more than loose change to use at vending machines or laundromats, there's so much more to these coins than meets the eye. In fact, some quarters hold incredible value and fascinating stories, and the 1997 Washington quarter is no exception. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what makes this coin so special but also why a single quarter from 1997 could be worth an eye-popping amount of money. Let's start by setting the scene. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932, was initially designed to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The design by John Flanagan featured a profile of Washington on the obverse, while the reverse showcased a bold eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, a perfect representation of strength and peace. Over the decades, this design became an iconic piece of American coinage, and it remained largely unchanged until the introduction of the State Quarter series in 1999. But in 1997, the Washington quarter was still part of the traditional series, and it carried forward the classic eagle reverse design. While it may seem like just another year in the series, the 1997 quarter stands out for several reasons. This was a time of transition for the U.S. Mint, as they were preparing for the monumental launch of the State Quarters program. In 1997, the Mint produced quarters at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, as denoted by the mint marks P and D on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. These mint marks are crucial for collectors, as they indicate where the coin was struck and can sometimes affect its rarity and value. What makes the 1997 Washington quarter particularly interesting is the sheer number of coins produced. Over 1.9 billion quarters were minted that year, split between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While this makes the coin relatively common in circulated condition, rarity comes into play when you consider factors like mint errors, exceptional condition, or unique historical significance. Speaking of mint errors, let's talk about why these mistakes can make a coin like the 1997 Washington quarter so valuable. Mint errors occur during the coin production process and can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet defects. These errors are rare, and collectors love them because they add a layer of uniqueness to a coin. For instance, a 1997 quarter with a noticeable off-center strike or a double-die obverse could fetch a significant premium in the numismatic market. Always examine your quarters closely. Sometimes, these errors are subtle and require a magnifying glass to spot. Condition is another critical factor in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades indicating better preservation and sharpness of detail. Most 1997 quarters you'll find in circulation have some level of wear, but uncirculated coins, especially those with a grade of MS 65 or higher, are much rarer and can command higher prices. Coins with original luster, crisp details, and no major scratches or blemishes are the ones that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Another thing to keep in mind is that proof versions of the 1997 quarter were struck specifically for collectors. These coins, produced at the San Francisco Mint and marked with an S, feature an exceptional level of detail and a mirror-like finish. If you happen to come across a 1997 proof quarter, you're holding something much rarer than the standard circulation strike. While most proof quarters from this year are affordable, high-grade examples or those with unique errors can still be highly valuable. Now, let's touch on the cultural and historical significance of the Washington quarter in the 1990s. By 1997, the quarter had become one of the most widely used coins in the United States, and it held a special place in American life. It was the coin people reached for to make a quick phone call from a payphone, feed a parking meter, or grab a snack from a vending machine. For many, the Washington quarter was a symbol of everyday life, a simple yet essential part of the country's economy and culture. But what makes the 1997 quarter stand out to collectors is its connection to a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history. This was one of the last years before the State Quarters series revolutionized how people viewed coins. The excitement surrounding the upcoming series sparked renewed interest in coin collecting, and many began to look at quarters, both new and old, in a whole new light. This increased awareness has helped elevate the status of coins like the 1997 Washington quarter among collectors. So, what about value? Most 1997 Washington quarters you'll find in circulation are worth their face value of 25 cents, especially if they show significant signs of wear. However, coins in pristine uncirculated condition, those with unique mint errors, or rare proof examples can fetch far more. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stand out, and if your 1997 quarter meets any of these criteria, it could be worth a tidy sum. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much could a 1997 Washington quarter dollar be worth? While most of these coins are common and easily accessible, a rare example in flawless condition or with a significant mint error could be valued at an incredible $98,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $98,000 for a single quarter. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1974. Now, you might think, it's just a quarter, what's the big deal? But don't let its modest face value fool you. This coin has some stories to tell, and if you've got one hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change, it might just turn out to be something extraordinary. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular quarter is worth a closer look and what makes it a coveted piece in the world of coin collecting. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American coinage since its introduction in 1932. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin was originally created to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Its simple yet elegant design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows on the reverse, has made it an enduring symbol of American values and strength. Over the years, this iconic design has become a favorite among collectors, and each year of its production has its own unique story to tell, including the year 1974. So, what makes the 1974 Washington quarter stand out? For starters, it's part of an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning its coinage materials. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, due to the rising cost of silver, the mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. By 1974, this clad coinage was well established, but the allure of earlier silver quarters still lingered in the minds of collectors. While the 1974 quarter is not made of silver, its rarity and value come from other factors: condition, mint marks, and, in some cases, rare minting errors. Let's talk about mint marks. In 1974, Washington quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint bear no mint mark, while those from Denver have a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins are marked with an S. The location where a coin was minted can play a significant role in its desirability among collectors. For example, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are particularly sought after due to their sharp details and mirror-like finish. If you come across a 1974 quarter with an S mint mark, you found a proof coin, a piece that was struck specifically for collectors rather than general circulation. Now, let's dive into what truly excites coin enthusiasts: mint errors. Errors can occur during the production process, resulting in coins with unique and often fascinating flaws. In the case of the 1974 Washington quarter, errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can significantly increase the coin's value. These errors are rare and often go unnoticed in circulation, making them highly desirable among collectors. If you have a 1974 quarter, it's worth inspecting closely under a magnifying glass to check for any irregularities. Even a small error could turn an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. Condition is another critical factor in determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades indicating coins that are in pristine condition. A 1974 Washington quarter in mint state condition, free of scratches, blemishes, or wear, is significantly rarer than a circulated example. Coins graded MS 65 or higher are especially valuable, as they showcase the original luster and fine details that collectors cherish. But what about the historical context? In 1974, the United States was in the midst of significant political and economic changes. The aftermath of the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal were reshaping the nation, and the economy was dealing with inflation and fluctuating metal prices. During this time, coin collecting grew in popularity as people sought tangible pieces of history. The Washington quarter, with its iconic design and enduring legacy, became a favorite among collectors. The 1974 quarter, in particular, represents an era of transition and resilience in American history, adding an extra layer of intrigue to its story. It's also worth mentioning that 1974 proof sets, which include the Washington quarter alongside other denominations, were popular among collectors. These sets were carefully crafted by the mint to showcase the finest quality coins of the year. If you have a 1974 proof quarter in its original packaging, you might be holding something truly special. Proof coins are known for their sharp details, deep mirror-like fields, and frosted design elements. They stand out from standard circulation coins and are highly prized by numismatists. So, where does all this leave us in terms of value? Most 1974 Washington quarters found in circulation are worth their face value of 25 cents, especially if they show signs of wear. However, uncirculated examples, proof coins, and those with rare mint errors can command significantly higher prices. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that tell a unique story or stand out from the crowd. And now, for the part you've all been waiting for: just how much could a 1974 Washington quarter be worth? If you happen to have one in impeccable condition, with a rare error or unique features, it could be valued at an astonishing $94,000. Yes, you heard that right, $94,000 for a single quarter. Today, we're diving into the world of American coinage, focusing on a true gem, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1979. You might think a simple quarter couldn't possibly be anything more than pocket change, but the truth is, this particular coin holds mysteries, history, and immense value that might just blow your mind. By the time we're done, you'll understand why the 1979 Washington quarter is worth more than just 25 cents and why it has captivated the attention of collectors worldwide. Stay tuned to uncover its secrets, unique features, and the jaw-dropping value it could fetch. The Washington quarter has been an essential part of American currency since its introduction in 1932. It was designed by the sculptor John Flanagan, whose elegant portrayal of George Washington has stood the test of time. This coin was initially intended to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. president, but its enduring design has cemented it as a staple of American coinage. The quarter has seen some changes over the years, from materials to minting processes, and each year carries its own unique significance. The 1979 edition is no exception. It's a coin with a fascinating backstory and unexpected value. So, why is the 1979 Washington quarter special? For starters, it was minted during a period of economic and political change in the United States. The late 1970s were marked by inflation and fluctuating metal prices, which impacted the U.S. mint's production processes. While earlier quarters were struck using 90% silver, by the mid-1960s, the mint had transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Although the 1979 quarter lacks the precious metal content of its predecessors, its value lies in other aspects, specifically, its mint marks, condition, and the possibility of rare minting errors. Let's talk about mint marks. The 1979 Washington quarter was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia mint bear no mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D. Proof coins from the San Francisco mint are denoted by an S. Mint marks can have a significant impact on a coin's value. For example, a proof coin from San Francisco, with its sharp details and mirror-like finish, is considered a collector's treasure. If you've got a 1979 quarter, the first step is to check for its mint mark. It could make all the difference in determining its worth, but mint marks are only part of the story. What truly excites collectors are minting errors, and the 1979 quarter is no stranger to them. Errors can occur during the coin production process, resulting in coins with unique and sometimes dramatic flaws. Some examples include double dies, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. These errors make each affected coin one of a kind, which is why they're so highly prized in the numismatic community. Imagine finding a 1979 quarter with an unusual minting error. It could turn an ordinary coin into a true treasure. Condition is another key factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70, with higher grades indicating coins in near-perfect condition. A 1979 Washington quarter in mint state condition, free of scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear, is a rare find. Coins with a grade of MS 65 or higher are especially valuable, as they showcase the coin's original luster and intricate details. If you think you have a 1979 quarter in exceptional condition, it might be time to have it professionally graded. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Another factor that adds to the intrigue of the 1979 quarter is its place in history. This was a time when Americans were still reeling from the effects of the Vietnam War and adjusting to economic challenges. The Washington quarter, with its timeless design and everyday utility, served as a constant reminder of the country's resilience. Coins from this era carry with them a sense of nostalgia, and for collectors, they represent a tangible connection to the past. Now, let's address the question you've all been waiting for: how much is the 1979 Washington quarter worth today? While most circulated examples are worth little more than their face value of 25 cents, the story changes when you consider uncirculated coins, proof coins, and those with rare minting errors. These coins are sought after by collectors and can command impressive prices at auctions. Imagine discovering that a seemingly ordinary quarter in your collection is worth far more than you ever expected. And now, for the moment of truth. If you're fortunate enough to possess a 1979 Washington quarter in pristine condition, perhaps with a unique minting error or proof-like qualities, its value could reach an astonishing $92,000. Yes, you heard that right, $92,000 for a single quarter, so, the next time you come across a 1979 Washington quarter, take a closer look. Inspect its mint mark, check for errors, and assess its condition. You might just uncover a hidden treasure that could change your life. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about rare and valuable coins. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next discovery be a true gem.